name's Laura Williams. I have a master's degree in exercise and sports science, and today I'm going to take you through a killer cardio core and more workout. So it's going to be roughly 36 minutes. You don't need much equipment. All you need is a mat to do ab work on. It's beneficial if you have a jump rope, but if you don't have a jump rope, you can always do virtual jump rope. And then you just need 4 marks that can set some zones for you so that you know what space you're supposed to work within. And that can be anything, pieces of paper, pencils, pens, coins, whatever you got on hand. So if you do have access to some other equipment like medicine balls, a plyo box, dumbbells, I'll show you how you can incorporate those things into this workout, but that's absolutely not necessary. This is designed for anyone to get their workout done, kill it really bad, and get back and get to work or go be with your family. So hope you have fun, grab your stuff, and get ready because you are about to sweat. I'm going to tell you real quick about this workout before we get started. So it's a circuit workout, and it's set up in 10-minute circuits. So the first 10 minutes, you're going to kill it with some full body cardio type movements. You're going to get 2 minutes rest, then you're going to have 10 minutes of ab work, 2 more minutes rest, then you're going to cycle back and do the first 10 cardio exercises a second time. So what I like to suggest, because each exercise lasts 50 seconds, then you get 10 seconds to rest. You want to use those 10 seconds to actually rest. So make sure you've got all your stuff set up so that you're not running around trying to figure out your next thing. Go ahead and set out your marks. You do need roughly 15 square feet of space to be able to fully do the movements. You can get by with less. I'm really tall, I'm 6 feet tall, so I need some extra space to work with. But if you're shorter and you can get by with 8 square feet or 10 square feet, great, go for it. What I've done is I've taken those sheets that correspond with this workout, and I printed off the forms, and then I cut up the actual workouts because all the information is there for you. I cut out each single exercise and put it on a little card so that I can just lay them on the floor. I know exactly what's coming next, and I don't have to worry about what I'm supposed to do next. You don't have to do that. By all means, just watch the videos and follow along. But if you are looking to do this somewhere where you don't have internet access, it's a really easy way to make sure that you're still getting a great workout in. So get set up, make sure that you're ready to go, and we will get started. First exercise you're going to perform is basic jump rope. Now I've got a weighted jump rope. You can use any jump rope that you have on hand. Just make sure it's long enough. You don't want to have a jump rope that's too short that you keep tripping on, or one that's too long and doesn't keep up with you because it hits the floor too much. If you don't have jump rope, like I said, you can jump and just move your arms like you were jumping over a rope, and you can really do any kind of jump that you want. But just try to keep it a ratio of 1 twist of rope to 1 jump. No little bounces in between twists. So this is what we're going to do. 50 seconds. Ready? I mix things up. I get bored, but also that just gives you an idea of how you can change this workout as you go. What we're going to do now is the X run. You will need space, so like I said, it's best if you have 15 by 15. If you don't have that much space, use what you've got. You're going to start in the bottom left corner. You're going to sprint up to the top left corner. You're going to do a diagonal slide. So get low, athletic position, and slide to the bottom right corner. Then you're going to sprint up to the top right corner and just continue that X movement for as long as the 50 seconds allows. If you want to make it harder, touch the ground at each corner and just be careful, make sure you don't step on anything. You don't want to get hurt in this process. Work it out. Let's get going. Ready? Just keep it going for the 50 seconds. Up, down. So it's a movement we love to hate. Now an up, down is a burpee, but it has a full push-up at the bottom. So it's tough, it's a full body workout. You need to remember, because there is a jump involved, that when you land with soft knees so that you're not jostling anything. That helps minimize impact. Also remember, when you go back, when you hop your feet back into the full push-up position, that you keep your torso as straight and as tight as possible. You don't want your back to sway and cause injury. So just to go through it, I always start and I'm done with a hop up. So you do the hop up, put your hands on the ground, hop your feet behind you, you have your full plank position, full push-up, back to start, hop up, jump up into the air, and continue. And do them for the whole 50 seconds. Next up is lateral slides. Now we're going to take that slide movement that we did a little bit ago and the X runs, and we're just going to go back and forth. Sounds easy, but you'd be surprised. It's actually pretty hard. One thing you want to keep in mind, keep those knees bent throughout the exercise. Keep your torso nice and straight and tall. When you tip from the hips and not from the waist. And remember that the slide, while you can walk it out to make it easier, slide movement is actually a hop. So keep it low to keep up the speed and hop it out like that. Now you're going to start on one side, go back and forth. If you want to make it harder, you can have 2 medicine balls on one side, 1 medicine ball on the other, and you can transfer the balls back and forth. So start by picking up one, slide it over to the other side, set it down, pick up the next one, slide it back. Just keep in mind that balls roll, so you don't want to accidentally step on one and twist an ankle. So always know where the medicine balls are if you are using them. So we're going to get started. You're going to go for 50 seconds. Ready? With your 50 seconds. Whew, good job. Mountain climbers. Just because you're on the floor does not mean you get a break. Mountain climbers are a tough exercise. It's really important that you push yourself as hard as you can. If you get tired, slow it down. It's not a big deal. You can even step it out instead of hopping. But you do want to push yourself as hard as you can. You can slow it down, then pick it back up again. You're going to start on a full plank or push-up position with your legs behind you. Make sure you keep your back as straight as possible. Pull one leg up, and when it's time to get started, hop those legs back and forth. As fast as you can, guys. Feel free to slow it down when you need to, or even step it out. But just keep it going. Pick it back up again. Good job. You might remember karaoke or the grapevine from elementary school PE. All it is, simple movement, step out, step behind, step out, step in front. You can just step like that if you're feeling pretty tired. You can go at normal speed, which is just a little bit quicker, step out behind, step out in front, or you can add an athletic high knee to the movement. So it's step out, step behind, step out, up and over, in front. So I'm going to show you at regular speed and then with the high knee. Ready? It's 50 seconds. easy. And again, like the mountain climbers, you're gonna start in a full plank or full push-up position. So with the bear squat, it's an explosive movement from the bottom of the squat. So you do wanna push up, push forward as hard as you can, with maintaining proper form, of course. So keeping your back as flat as possible. So you're gonna start in the push-up position with your back as flat as possible. You're gonna bend your knees and squat back so that your butt extends kind of over your heels. From this position, push forward as hard as you can, but you're just gonna keep that movement going. If you find yourself becoming tired, go ahead and slow it down. Remove the explosion. But once you feel better, add it back in again. Hoping most of you are familiar with the jumping jack. Something most people got introduced to in elementary school. So all it is, jump out, together, out. Full 50 seconds. You can lower those arms if you get tired. You can actually step it out like this. Bring those arms all the way up though. We're almost done with the first set of 10 exercises. We got this and one more, so you can keep it going. This is a squat jump. Now, if you're exhausted and you can't put in a jump, just do air squats. If you're feeling great and you have access to a plyo box or a step or anything that's raised, try to do the jump onto a raised surface. I'm going to start with just the basic standard squat. So to do the jump, you are going to want to get some propulsion from your arms as you explode upward. So as you sit back, you can bring your arms up and then swing them back as you sit back into the squat. Now you want to make sure that your knees aren't going in front of your toes, that you're sitting back, you're keeping your torso straight, and then you go as low as you can. Now if you can't go all the way down to a full 90 degrees, not a problem, just do what you can. So you're gonna go nice and low, then jump up. Land with soft knees so you can absorb the impact of the actual land. And when you land, don't let your knees collapse inward. Make sure they stay in line with your toes as much as possible. So again, you're gonna and just keep it going for the full 50 seconds. Last exercise, it's a bounding lunge. Now this works pretty much the same muscle groups as the squat jumps, so you're probably tired, that's okay. Just remember, 25 seconds per leg, go as hard as you can. If you're tired, drop it down just to your standard lunge. You don't have to add the bound to it. So what you're gonna do, go down into a lunge position, and you're gonna put most of your weight on your front foot because you're actually exploding up off of your front leg. Your back leg is more to help support and to help your arms get your propulsion up. So you're gonna go down into a lunge, swing your arms back, jump up off that front foot. If you can, drive your knee forward. And when you land with your legs back in the same position, and make sure that your knee is bent when you land to absorb the shock, and also that it tracks over your toes so that it's not going in or out, which could cause injury. So go down, drive that knee forward. Down, drive that knee forward. Drive that knee forward. Drive that knee forward. After 25 seconds, switch sides. are next, 2-minute break. All right, first circuit is done. So now you just have abs. And then, of course, repeat the first circuit again. So I'm gonna run through abs really quick. Each exercise is fairly standard, but make sure you have the right form. You're gonna start with a plank. Now with this plank, you're on your elbows, you're on your toes, you're keeping your tummy tight as possible, and you're keeping your back as straight as possible. And you want your neck to be in line with your back, so don't drop it down or lift it up. So you're gonna get into this position and hold for 50 seconds. All right, when that's done, you move on to a standard sit-up. So with the sit-up, you're gonna roll back, roll up. I prefer just having my hands hang out next to my ears. If you want to, you can add some weight to this. Hold a medicine ball or a plate weight across your chest. That's your sit-up. Then you've got your leg lifts. So you're gonna have your hands down next to your side, underneath your hips just a hair. And lift those legs up into the air. And lower them just before they touch the ground. Lift them back up again. Key is to keep your back in contact, your whole back, your low back included, in contact with the ground throughout the exercise. All right, good job. Move on to the side plank. So the side plank, again, you're on your elbow, you're on your feet, your legs are stacked. Lift those hips up. You can just hang out like this. You can lift that arm up, look over your shoulder. You can even do a lift and lower. If it's too hard, bend those knees and shorten the lever arm and lift up like this. After that, you just flip over, do the other side. So again, stack those feet, lift up, look over, do a little lift and lower if you feel like it. Just remember to keep your back nice and straight and your abs, your core, your hips, everything tight. All right. Then you've got your V-ups. Now you can do these a number of ways. So you can have your arms supported and you lean back and V up to the center, pulling your abs tight. As you pull your legs into your body, you can have your arms up. You can even make it more difficult. And just continue like that. The key is always focus the movement in your core, in your abs. You're not using momentum to push and pull yourself up. You really want to focus on the movement itself. You've got your pike crunch. So you're going to have your feet again up in the air, your hands up, crunch up, pulling your shoulders up off the ground, trying to touch your toes, and just continue like that. Superman's target your low back, which is key because it's a huge component of your core. So start with your arms and legs fully extended, and then as one unit, raise your arms up and raise your legs up off the ground, lower, raise up. If that's too hard, you can just do your upper body, or you can alternate, do opposite arm and leg, and then switch. You can even go up onto your hands and knees and alternate arms and legs from this position. Put less strain on your low back that way. We've got another plank. Again, it's your traditional plank. Just step it out and hold tight 50 seconds, you can do it. And finally, we finish up with oblique twist. You can do this with weight or without it. Be in a nice V position with your body, and you're going to turn your core as a unit. So you're not turning with one arm or the other pushing. You're turning with your arms as a unit of your body so that the movement is really focused on your abs. So from this position, you turn as far as you can. If you have a medicine ball, this is a great time to add it in. Just keep it going. When you finish that up, you're done with your ab segment. It was only 10 minutes. You've got a 2-minute rest. Then you need to do your cardio one more time. It's a tough workout. It's gonna be killer. You're gonna be sweating like crazy, but it's definitely worth it. Thanks for joining me.